Beyond the lesson plan is important to us because the Cedarburg Education Foundation is not supposed to take the place of brick and mortar. It's not supposed to take the place of salaries. It's not supposed to take the place of anything that the regular tax dollars should support. Truly, our dollars are supposed to go towards anything above and beyond the lesson plan.
Last year, we had our first author. Her name was Kimberly Willis-Holt, who came, and I organized it so that we would have 2 sessions with students individually. An author would actually work with the students and share with the students their types of writing strategies. She actually took some of the writing that the students had and actually wrote notes on it and signed them, and to actually have something of your own with notes, editing notes by a published author signed, I thought was extremely special.
And then have that author standing in front of them saying, you know, I was once in your shoes, I was once your age, standing right where you are, maybe not thinking I was the best at this or maybe not loving it, but it's now my career, and you get lost in my stories just as I get lost in my writing. So I think that's really neat for the kids to experience that.
We did a writing activity, and she talked about kind of the format of a short story and a novel. And we all wrote like a short story and we got to share them. We all had a pretty good time with that.
I think it's really helped me not to get frustrated with myself when I can't get something quite right. I just remember that authors, real authors, just don't get it on their first try. They have to try at it a lot just to get that perfect story.
Before it, didn't really like to write, but then she kind of showed that once again, it doesn't matter what other people think about your writing, and it's like a reflection of you, and nobody can change you as a person, and it's special to who you are, and I thought that was pretty cool.
So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be designing different cards that will be shown to the entire student body. And then what we're going to do is feed the video through your HyperStudio cards. The first project that we requested from the CEF was to do morning announcements with HyperStudio, and we requested the equipment to go along with that to make that happen. Could somebody design a card that would announce this week's birthdays? Aaliyah, you want to do that one? Okay, Aaliyah's going to be in charge of that one. Good. So essentially what we're going to do is take digital video cameras and tape the children doing the different types of morning announcements that you might see on a newscast show, such as a welcome and good morning, perhaps the Pledge of Allegiance, and then using the footage of that video, the children would then design templates on HyperStudio, and we would feed the movie through the PowerPoint-like presentation called HyperStudio. Nowhere in the curriculum does it have doing live morning announcements. Public speaking is part of our curriculum. Certainly multimedia design is part of our curriculum. Being able to formulate and speak sentences articulately is also part of the curriculum. Learning to cooperate is. This was one activity that could bring all these essential skills together in a fun and motivational way that would just be above and beyond what the normal classroom expectation would be. Boys and girls, we're going to do a hot dog stand. It's going to practice like we are the owners of a hot dog store.
We have, in the past couple of years, moved from Mac computers to Dell computers, and in that process we lost a couple of our programs that we used with the children as far as reteaching skills that might be needed for the kids, and then extending skills that need to be extended. Getting the kids onto the computer sometimes is a little bit more difficult in the area of math, but the software that is out there for them is amazing, and they can get their hands on that mouse and really go into a different world. And it seems that kids these days just enjoy the computer so much, and as a motivation tool, when you put them on the computer and they're able to practice the math, sometimes I think they forget that they're even doing math.
What we're going to do is we're going to walk out to the outdoor classroom, okay? So I want you to get a clipboard. Everybody ready? All right, let's go out. This project is important because it gives kids a real hands-on experience in dealing with nature, in taking care of the earth, and it readies them for adulthood. You right back here. Put your head right back. Isn't that cool? Look at it. You can see the wink. Isn't that neat? Okay, what do you think it is? What she just read.
I think it's the same size.
Do you think they're all the same size? Do you think these are wider at the base and smaller at the top though? Take a look at that.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, all right, cool.
Number one's like over here. Yeah.
It's mainly used by the science classes. They use it for leaf identification purposes.
Yeah. The needles are small.
It is.
Scale like.
It
is. It's perfect. Red cedar, okay?
No, it's not a red cedar.
Yeah, it matches.
Red cedar would have bigger.
Arbor. But we aren't in a swampy or limestone area, so it's a red cedar. It does go with a red cedar.
What we're gonna do today is we're gonna take off and we're gonna get these stumps out that are at the base here. And I've already marked this. You always have to have your gloves on and your glasses on because you never know what you're gonna get. And you're going to be cutting in here like this, as close as you can to the ground, all right? Kids enjoy it. In middle school, they've gotta have hands on. They'll be stewards of the land. They'll have that concept in their hearts and their heads. Okay, there you go, man, help yourself. Nice job. Good job, way to go, guys.
What I learned from this grant is that it feels really good to help with your community and with your school to make something better. This has been here for a while, and now we're helping make it better, and it feels really good to do that.
I vividly remember a mad scientist coming to Webster, and I don't believe that mad scientist comes to Webster anymore. And just realizing that there are incredible opportunities out there for our kids, which this foundation can now help fund, which the core budget does not fund currently.
It gets people together one more time to show their support for everything that the children are asked to do, that the teachers dream of doing with the kids.
We know with the innovation and creativity of adults and students that it's going to be a wonderful thing for kids, and more importantly, their learning and their future.
And my hope is that you will join us to support the Cedarburg Education Foundation so that my kids, your kids, and our kids' kids can see a brighter future.
Way to go, buddy.
Yeah, way to go, good job.